Hi guys, welcome to another movie crew review. Today we'll be reviewing Black Bag.
The movie stars Michael Fassbender, Cate Blanchett, and Pierce Brosnan.
So this film follows Michael Fassbender's character, George Woodhouse, legendary agent, as he is tasked with finding the insider that is trading secrets and trying to trade off this secret software. So throughout the runtime, we see him grapple with the people that may be doing it, including one character, Cate Blanchett's character, who is his wife. So we're going to get into the review, and Cameron is going to start us off.
Straight away, Black Bag. I loved this movie. I think it was a perfect mystery movie. It just, for the runtime, the pacing was perfect and it kept it very minimal. So we're following Michael Fassbender's character as the main and then his wife as the side. And then you got 4 other characters around them. And just Michael Fassbender's acting in this movie with Cate Blanchett. God, they're both amazing at what they do and they just portrayed in this movie so well. I was just in awe watching it and I was encapsulated through the whole movie. And just the way Michael Fassbender's character is just so just emotionless. The way he deciphers the whole mystery and how he goes through the steps and then just the way it all runs through the whole movie. I loved it. I thought the side characters were very entertaining and I thought all of them didn't overstay their welcome and you learn a lot in a short amount of time. And just the way it all wraps up in the end, I thought it was great for a mystery movie. Moon?
So Michael Fassbender is very good in this movie. If someone asked me like how his character was, I would say he is a mixture of Dexter, like his calmness and his mannerism like Mads Mikkelsen, Hannibal Lecter. And he's just playing this role so perfectly. Like Cameron was like explaining how he deciphers everything. So there's like first dinner scene and they're trying to figure out like who the liar is, and that comes full circle at the end when the mystery gets resolved. Cate Blanchett was pretty good. As the mystery is getting like unraveled, I sort of was losing interest. I'm not sure why. I don't have, the pacing was pretty good. Like it's a slow burn. I like those kinds of movies. But as we reached to the end point, I sort of lost interest. I'm not sure it's because of what was revealed or if it's just what led to it being revealed. But I still enjoyed the movie. John?
Yeah, I enjoyed Black Bag. I think that the actual storyline was interesting. Michael Fassbender did a great job as the protagonist, getting to the end of the actual mystery of what is happening and who is doing the trading of secrets. So I found that quite enjoyable. I think Cate Blanchett, as opposite to him, did a really good job. Them playing husband and wife felt real natural. They're spies, so you kind of get the deceit from that. And I thought that was a nice kind of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but more realistic in that respect. I did enjoy the other side characters. They're not too spent much time on because you're only a 90-minute run time, so they're only spending like short periods of time, but you're still getting to learn a bit about them, and it's helping keeps the story flow as you're learning about the mystery. I think that the ending wrapped everything up quite nice, but I don't know if I'd want it to be a bit more suspenseful. I liked how the dinner scenes played a part in this film as opposed to it being done like interrogation style all the time. So I think it broke it up a bit. And when you get to see them do like lie detectors and things like that, it made it feel like it was a unique experience. And you kind of get to see Michael Fassbender's character's skills. How he's able to like break people down into their core essence. So for me, that was most interesting. I personally would have liked to see more Pierce Brosnan. I really like that actor. So anytime he's in a film, I just want to see more and more. But I understand for like the 90 minutes, you can only use that character so much because he's not really that integral to the story. He's more just the head figure, if that makes sense. But overall, I think that the story was great. The runtime made it that it didn't drag it out too much. You got great development and yeah, interesting overall.
Yeah, I felt the only thing I'd have against this movie was the way they speak. It's very like high intellect, high society sort of
Yeah, it was.
proper English. And I was at the beginning, I'm just like, oh wow, this is a lot for my little brain to handle. But I sort of pieced it all together as it went on. But yeah, it was very sort of proper English,
Yeah,
very
the vocabulary
sophisticated.
was
I mean,
like
it fits the characters because they're supposed to be these high-end, intelligent MI9 whatever people. But yeah, that's why I will not be working there. But yeah, big words and yeah, so that's where it sort of lost me a little bit. But if that'd be my only gripe, really.
Yeah, they guy had a different dictionary than me. Like I was lost in the beginning too, but they're like you sort of piece it together, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah, it breaks down pretty simple, pretty quick.
Yeah.
Especially like that first scene where he walks through the nightclub kind of gives you all the context of what's happening in
Yeah.
that respect. So I mean, yeah, I will admit, yeah, it's more heavily geared to an English audience, I would say,
yeah,
because I know that kind of vocabulary is used a lot more in English society than it would be American or Australian society. So I think that's probably where it all lies. But yeah, it's not that kind of dumbed down. But I have to say that I do appreciate it because I don't think I would have found it as like
Any other movie, yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't have appreciated it as much if it
yeah.
was something like that. But I did enjoy the soundtrack for this film as well.
Mm.
Something that we haven't touched too much on for a lot of films, but I did for this film. It sets the tone and it keeps you going throughout the film. It's something I really liked. I think that especially like in the scenes where he's in the boat and they're fishing and things like that, it makes it a bit more eerie, a bit more suspenseful, as opposed to I think without it, it would just be a bit more dull, if that made sense. Because it's just at the end of the day, it's Michael Fassbender trying to get to the bottom by asking questions, and I think everything works together so well as to make it an interesting film. And I think yeah, that's a credit to Steven Soderbergh and what work he's done, make it feel so interesting, and especially in such a short runtime.
yeah. I think because it is a very mellow movie, like there's pretty much no action, so it's all this mystery and just uncovering who's done what. So I think that's to harp on the soundtrack that really did push that narrative. And yeah, but those dinner scenes, those were the standout for this movie, both at the beginning and at the end. Just to see it, how it started and then how it ended was just, I think that was a really great shot.
That was the verbal action of the film, if I was to say. That was the dramatic bit and the bit that is, I was just enthralled with that, but the actual, like, just impressive nature of how they can go for so long on a single take, like giving all that dialogue and not mucking it up. It kind of reminds me of when we saw Cate Blanchett in Tar, and she's just going and going and going, and you're like, geez, this must be difficult, especially when they're like all in a group setting. It was so, like, for me, it was just impressive. But yeah, I think it kind of reminds me of the film Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. It's kind of like that meets Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the TV show. So yeah, hedge your bets on that.
I just pieced it in my head, like this movie is written by David Koepp, and every movie I've watched of his, get really intrigued, but sort of at the end, like I've always had issues with the mystery part of it, so maybe it's just the way he writes movies. Probably that's fun. So
there wasn't really any twist.
There was not a twist, but
I think is that what's getting it?
No. It's just I was very intrigued when like he was spying Cate Blanchett, like, and I sort of wanted to go in that particular direction, but when she comes back and the movie is going in some other way.
Yeah. You like the obsessive nature and the over the topness.
Yeah.
I did like the drugging at the start. He uses a true serum. I don't know, for lack of the correct term.
Yeah.
In his dish. It's very clever, something you would think, but yeah.
All right, guys, going to give our scores.
Yep.
Moon, how many black bags out of 10?
I gave it 7 black bags out of 10.
John?
I'll give 8.5 black bags out of 10.
Yeah, I'm with John on this one. I'll give it 8.5 black bags out of 10. Alright guys, make sure to like, subscribe, check out our socials, and we'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.